Welcome to the Little Beading Closet. I'm Sherry, and in this tutorial you will learn how to make this extraordinary bracelet. Fire polished beads are the star of this pattern, hence the name STARFIRE. Let's take a look at the guide I put together about the bracelet and all the supplies you'll need and get started. As a guide, the bracelet in this tutorial is 7 inches long, or 17.8 centimeters. There's a total of 17 of the 8mm fire polish beads and a total of 34 of the magmatamas I like having a drop bead along the edge. I think it's pretty. But you could substitute a size 6 seed bead just for a spark of color along the edge instead. And just so you know, if you wanted to make it a little bit smaller, you can use the size 6mm fire polish beads. Along with size 8 seed beads and a smaller drop. And that also makes a very beautiful bracelet. The beads that we'll be using for this project are 8mm fire polish beads, 4mm Miyuki magmatamas, size 6 seed beads, size 15 seed beads, and 3mm bicone crystals. And of course you'll need a clasp for your bracelet. There's mainly 2 size 6 seed beads on the end that make a good place to connect to a clasp with 2 points of connection, so I think I'll be using this one. For this project, I'm going to suggest using Fireline along with the size 12 beading needle. For the tutorial, I'll be using Wildfire in black. That way we can see what we're doing. I like to start by trimming the end of my thread at an angle and then slipping the eye of the needle over my thread. Go ahead and start with as much length as you're comfortable working with because we'll have to add thread later. Begin by picking up 4 of the size 6 seed beads and bring them down near the end of the thread. Leave about a 10-inch tail to attach your clasp later. Go ahead and needle back through all 4 of your seed beads. Needling back through the very first one and pull them into a right angle weave. I like to hold it where my thread is coming out the bottom. Next, I'm going to pick up 1 more of my size 6 seed beads and come into the next size 6. And then I'll pick up 1 of the magmatamas and come into the next size 6. Picking up 1 more size 6 and coming into the next one. I'll pick up 115, 1 of the fire polish beads, and 1 more 15. I like to go ahead and bring those down here next to everything. I'm going to pick up 4 more of the size 6 seed beads. Kind of holding it in my hand so there's tension, keeping these next to everything. I'll needle back through the size 6 down here, holding everything in place, pulling my needle through, And those 4 seed beads are sort of leaning off to the right. You just want to flip them in your hand. So your thread is over here, picking up one more size 6, coming through the next one, one of the magmatamas, come through the next size 6, one more size 6, coming into the next 6, picking up one more 15, and needle through the fire polish bead, at this point pull that tight, pick up one more 15, and come into your size 6, pulling that tight. I'm going to step into the sticking out size 6, now we're going to add the little embellishment on the top made up of size 15 seed beads and your 3mm bicone. I'm going to pick up 2 of the size 15s, 1 bicone, and 2 15s. Coming at the bottom of this one, I'll needle into the top of this one. Picking up 2 more 15s. I'm going to needle through the bicone. Pulling that tight. Picking up 2 more 15s. I'll go ahead and needle back down through this size 6. You just want to maybe push them over with your finger so they make this shape right here on top. Now we need to needle up here to our fire polish, so we'll be coming through these beads. I'll come through my 6, the magmatama, again through a 6, through a 6 again, through a 6 and the 15, and all the way through the fire polish. And it's important that you want to come up here to the size 6 on this side. So we'll come through our 15 and one of the size 6s. And through the next size 6. We're going to repeat this little embellishment on top, picking up 2 15s, one of the bicones, and 2 more 15s. Coming out of the top of this one, needle into the bottom of the corresponding one on the other side, pulling it across the top, picking up 2 more 15s, and needling back through our bicone. And we'll need just 2 more 15s. And back up through the size 6. And that's how we start. Continuing on, pick up 4 more of the size 6 seed beads and needle back through the bead that your thread is sexting. With no beads on your thread, just needle through one of the size 6 seed beads. Picking up one of the magmatamas, needle into the next size 6 seed bead. Picking up one size 6 seed bead, coming into the next one. Picking up one size 15 8mm fire polish and one more size 15. I'm going to go ahead and bring those next to my work. I'll pick up 4 more of my size 6 seed beads. Needle back through the very first one and pull this into a right angle weave and pull those up next to the fire polish bead. I'm going to pick this up and hold it in my hand. The first bead that I want to go through is this one here on the previous unit. And then back through the size 6 on the one that we're working on. Picking up one of the magmatamas, coming into this one. And here we'll be adding a size 6. So coming into the next 6. Picking up one size 15 and coming through your fire polish. Pulling tight, picking up one more size 15 and coming into your size 6. And pulling that tight and then stepping into the size 6 that connects the 2 units. Again, we're going to add the embellishment on the top. For that, we need our size 15 seed beads and the bicones. So picking up 2 15s, 1 bicone, and 2 more 15s. Coming out of the top of this 6, needling into the bottom of this one on the opposite side. Getting those to lay on top. 2 more 15s. Come back through the bicone. Loosened up, so I just gotta pull it tight. Sometimes you have to put your finger on top and just give it a tug. Picking up 2 more 15s and needling back up through the size 6. Need to needle down here to this one. It's going to be easier just to turn it in my hand. Coming through the size 6. Magmatama. Through my 6s. through another 6 before the 15s. Come through my 15 and the fire polish. I'm going to come through a 15 closest to the 6. And I'm also able to come through the 6s. Now we're going to add the embellishment up here. So again, working with the 15s and bicones, 2 15s and a bicone and 2 15s. Coming out of the bottom of the 6, needling into the top of this one. Picking up 2 more of the 15s and coming back through the bicone. Just kind of had to pull all that together. And then 2 more 15s and back into the 6. The process is pretty simple, repeating the steps and working on your length. After you work on the length of your bracelet, you'll be ready to attach your clasp. You'll end with your thread coming out of the bead. First, we'll have to do a turnaround so the thread is exiting the other side of it. Needle back through your size 15s and the 3mm bicone on top, and then through these 15s, needle down through your size 6, coming through this size 6 here, through the magmatama, through the next size 6, and step into the one on the end. With your thread exiting here now, between these 2 size 6s, we'll work with the size 15 seed beads to attach our clasp. Picking up 3 size 15 seed beads, I'm going to needle through one of the jump rings here on my clasp. Picking up 3 more size 15 seed beads, I'm then going to needle into the size 6, and then come into the size 15 and through the fire polish. I'm going to come through the 15 above my fire polish and through the next size 6. Again, with 3 more size 15 seed beads, I'll needle through my jump ring and 3 more size 15s, coming into the size 6 here on the point. It would be great to retrace this thread path. So let's do a turnaround again. I'm going to come through the top 15s and through my bicone, coming through the other 15s to complete the diagonal, up through your 6, and just needle around and retrace your thread path. Now that I retraced the thread path for the clasp, I'm going to needle through my beads here and tie a half hitch knot. Through the next 6, the magmatama, and the next 6, and then slipping in a half hitch knot. Repeating that twice. And trim off my thread. And then go ahead and attach the other end of your clasp the same way. I hope you love this Starfire bracelet tutorial, and as always, have a beautiful day.